Welcome back to DCeased, right here at Comicstorian. This is the YouTube channel where we bring you your favorite comic book stories broken down into a dramatic reading, kind of giving you a synopsis while I act out the characters. We break it down into digestible bites to help you understand your favorite books. DCeased: No Hope at World's End is a digital comic that comes out every week, which tells the story of what happened before the ending of DCeased 1. How we lost various superheroes, what other superheroes were doing with the world being taken over by zombies, stuff like that. And today we're going to be bringing you a solo story about the super pets during the DCeased event. So Crypto, Streaky the cat, the horse, Bobo the chimp, all those characters. And then we're going to bring you a chapter known as Nantucket, where certain individuals are going to die. I put them in the title, but there's quite a few more involved in that. But today's episode, guys, it's brought to you by HBO Max. In true 2020 fashion, the holidays are going to be a bit different this year, and that's why we've partnered with HBO Max to keep the spirit of togetherness alive with their library of feel-good films for the holiday season. HBO Max is a streaming platform with many different shows and movies, and is even now streaming classic holiday films such as A Holiday Affair and A Christmas Carol. Staying put this holiday? HBO Max has the bingeable series for you. At home with your overbearing family? HBO Max has that movie to get you lost in. Personally, I'll be watching The Last Christmas, The Family Stone, and of course, binging Succession again. And if you weren't aware of it, Wonder Woman 1984 is also going to be coming live to HBO Max around the Christmas season. You can find all of these things on HBO via HBO Max. No matter what mood you're in this holiday season, HBO Max has something for you. So get cozy at home this holiday season by heading to hbomax.com now. The link is down below. Now, to kick off our DCeased coverage, we're going to do the Super Pet storyline. It's a single storyline that was basically filler between the intro with Black Adam and the Nantucket chapter. Here we go.
There once was a girl who lost a horse. It fell, and when it fell, it broke. But the girl was with others. She was running towards a bus that would lead her to salvation, but instead, she turned back to get her horse. And she was left behind. But she wasn't alone. They were there. Fortunately, not everyone left her behind. Someone was there. A dog. A formidable dog. That dog's name was Ace, the Bat Dog. Ace protected that girl. He dragged her out of there and he brought her to a building, which is where I found them. Bobo walked into the room and Ace begins to growl. Bobo holds up his arms. "It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt her." Ace pauses for a moment and asks, "No?" And Bobo tells him, "No." The girl asks, "Are you talking to the dog?" Bobo turns to the girl. "Yes. My name is Bobo. Detective Chimp." Ace says that your name is Amy. Amy looks at Bobo and says, "You're a monkey." Bobo corrects her. "Actually, I am a chimpanzee and a detective. I take it you're going to the garden." Amy tells him yes, and Bobo tells her, "Good, I am as well. Why don't we go together? I saw someone out there that might be able to help us. I just need to go out there and talk to them." Bobo looks down at Ace and asks, "Will he be able to hear me down here?" And Ace tells him, "We'll hear." Bobo nods. "Okay, Amy. When Ace moves, move with him." A few moments later, down outside, Bobo asks, "Hello?" And the horse sitting by the stable says, "Hello?" Bobo comes in closer and sees the horse is sitting by a body. He thinks to himself, "This is a horse who lost a girl. She fell, and when she fell, she was broken." Bobo calls out to Ace, "Go ahead and bring Amy." As Ace and Amy come down, Bobo heads into the stable, grabbing a piece of cloth. "I'm sorry, was she a good human?" And while Bobo drapes the cloth over the young girl, the horse says that she was. Once Ace arrives with Amy, Bobo tells them, "It's okay. The horse's name is Comet, and she really wants to meet you." Amy pets Comet, stating, "Hello," and Bobo tells her, "She likes you." But at that moment, Ace smells in the air. Bobo asks, "What is it?" And Ace tells him, "Death moving." Bobo pushes Amy onto Comet's back, stating, "We gotta hurry. We gotta get out of here, now!" And with that, they're off. But in their haste, they were struck. First Comet on her side and Bobo on his arm. As Comet pulls ahead of the swarm of undead, Amy looks back at Bobo's arm asking, "Why aren't you turning like the rest of them?" And Bobo laughs. because that equation was dreamed up by gods, and gods are notoriously arrogant. They don't think that animals are sentient, which is pretty stupid, because if you really wanted an unstoppable living death virus, the obvious thing you would do is stick it in mosquitoes. But for the world's greatest detective, I should have been more observant. I should have seen the attack coming before it was too late. There was a girl and a horse, and they fell. And then, they were out of time. The detective thought that they all were. As Bobo lay on the ground, he hears Ace barking and he asks, "What is it?" And Bobo focuses his eyes, asking, "Flying?" What happens next proves that even the greatest detective in the world doesn't know everything. And with a loud "Coom!" the super dog Crypto lands, showing his teeth to his foes. He uses his heat vision to rip through the horde, and within seconds, it was over. Crypto asks, "You live?" Bobo says, "Yes, I live. Thank you." Crypto looks at Ace. "Still guarding?" And Ace responds, "Still guarding." Crypto tells him, "Good dog." Crypto flies up, clearing a path forward, and Bobo then thinks of what had happened. There was a girl who lost a horse who lost a girl, and they fell together. But they weren't broken. They held on to each other, together.
I hope you guys enjoyed that heartwarming tale of the Super Pets, but now it's time to go into the Nantucket chapter in DCeased, A Hope at World's End.
Inside the Fortress of Solitude, Superman stands with Lois Lane and fills her in on what happened at the Nation of Kahndaq. Why didn't Black Adam let us help? Superman wonders, and Lois nods, telling her husband that some people see accepting help as a sign of weakness. She takes his hand, explaining that she knows the opposite is true. Asking for help takes strength. You're Superman, and you've never been afraid to ask for help, she tells him. They hold each other, kissing. Suddenly, the door opens up and in walks Jimmy Olsen. The young photographer is shocked by what he sees. "Holy crap, Lois, Superman, what would Mr. Kent say?" Jimmy shouts. Both Lois and Superman are stunned, but Jimmy just flashes a huge smile. "I'm just messing with you. I've always known who you are," Jimmy tells them. Clark is shocked, but Jimmy just explains that he's taken so many photos of Superman over the years, plus he shared an office with Clark. He finally leads them out of the room, explaining that Cyborg wants to show the group something. In the main chamber of the fortress, Cyborg and Lex explain that they have used LexCorp satellites to identify large pockets of the anti-living. They believe that the creatures are drawn to the living. Barry and Wally nod, agreeing that each cluster of monsters could be a group of survivors that they should launch rescue missions for. Both Wonder Woman and Black Canary agree, telling the group that the Gotham Garden and Themyscira are willing to take survivors. We'll start moving people today. Now, we will need to be careful. Strike teams will be assembled. Superman begins, but he's interrupted by Talia al Ghul. She's shocked to hear that the heroes are discussing putting the surviving members of the human race into two places. She looks to Luthor, confirming that they know where all of the undead are. "You have these ridiculous powers. Don't tiptoe around them. Attack!" she shouts. Lex turns to the rest of the group, agreeing with the deadly woman. She gets in Superman's face, telling him that he should fly out there and disintegrate them all from the sky. But Lois steps forward, ordering the woman to back up. John smiles. "Our moms are fighting." "It was always going to happen." Damian sighs. "Thank you for bringing me here," Stephanie smiles, hugging them both from behind. Talia continues to try and convince the group, and a few of them seem to be leaning towards her idea. But Superman steps forward, telling them, "I refuse to give up on the people of Earth. Not when there is a single sliver of hope for them." "My God, you're just as bad as Batman!" Talia snaps. "Thank you," Superman tells her with a smile. Cyborg interrupts the fighting, telling them that they need to head to Central City first. Every blighted one has been drawn out to a single building. Now, inside of that building, David Singh blocks the doors as the blighted ones are trying to get in. He turns back to the Pied Piper, asking him if he can stop the monsters, but the Piper explains that he can't control the monsters, only attract them. David nods, pulling out his guns, telling the Piper that he has 2 bullets for them. Suddenly, the dead begin to bang harder against the door. The 2 men prepare themselves for the end, and suddenly they hear a voice in their minds. A hand reaches through the wall, and Singh fires his last rounds into the wood. "It'll be all right, you're safe now," Martian Manhunter tells them as he phases through the wall. He picks them up, flying through the air, bringing them to the waiting Wonder Woman and Superman. "Why are they all here? Why this building?" the heroes question. Pied Piper holds up his flute. "It's because of me, and because of this," he tells them. Meanwhile, on the island of Nantucket, Jimmy Olsen snaps pictures of the survivors that have been brought in. You would think that the end of the world would bring people together, but not everyone. A woman begins to yell at a man for staring at his phone, and he shouts back at her, yelling that there's no internet anymore. The woman keeps shouting, and the man suddenly pulls out a gun. The shot echoes through the air as Batman grips the man's arm, forcing the gun to be pointed into the sky. "We're fighting the undead. We don't have time to fight ignorance too," he hisses at the man. And the man glares at him, shoving the phone in his face. "You scared of this, kid?" He snaps. Suddenly, the man is hit hard from the side, and he looks up from the ground to see Robin, Stephanie Brown, standing over him. Damian stomps on the phone as his mother charges over with her sword. Did that man seriously just try to show you a phone? One that will infect you with the virus? Move, I'm going to behead him! She snarls, but Batman and Robin tell her to calm down. It's hard to claim the moral high ground if you're going to murder people, Stephanie reminds her. The heroes continue to gather the survivors, and using Nantucket Island as a processing center, they then move them to Themyscira or the Gotham City Garden. Beneath the ocean, Black Manta is suddenly attacked within his own submarine. The Blighted Ones tear through the hull and he opens fire. The explosion leaves him floating in the water, but he's quickly scooped up by John, who carries him to the island. Is he still evil? Wonder Woman questions. Let's find out, John tells her. Cassie leans down trying to wake up the supervillain, and he comes back to consciousness quickly, firing his eye lasers at her. "Cassie!" Damian shouts, but the smoke clears to reveal that she's okay. "Ow," she whispers. "Okay, I am at least beheading this one," Talia shouts as she charges forward, but John steps in the way, blocking the attack again. Talia glares at the young boy, telling him that Black Manta will never join their side. "There are only two sides now, the living and the dead," Damian reminds her. The villain stands, telling the others that he is leaving as he heads for the water, but John rushes after him. "You don't have to face what's out there alone. Stay, we could use you," the young boy tells him, but suddenly they are interrupted. There's a bright flash of light in the distance as a portal opens up on the far side of the island, and an army of anti-life swarm in from the land of the Nightshades, led by Black Adam and Hawkman. Black Adam opens fire as John leaps into the air. "Protect the refugees," he orders, and the heroes launch into an attack with Atom Smasher grabbing a massive ship, swinging it at the monsters. His size made him formidable, but also the very obvious target. Atom Smasher suddenly pauses in his attack as a blighted Black Adam flies right through him. "Oh no," the hero whispers in the brief moments that he has left, and he suddenly falls to his knees, beginning to scream in madness as the anti-life equation takes him over. There were 20,000 people on Nantucket Island when the anti-living attacked. They run through the streets now, fear in their eyes, as a wave of monsters moves through the streets and the buildings. Atom Smasher, now taken by the undead, stomps through the area, leading the charge. The only thing standing between the people and the wave of death is Superboy, Batman, Robin, Wonder Girl, Blue Beetle, Black Manta, and Talia al Ghul. "Ignore Atom Smasher," Batman tells his friend as he looks up at the giant. "That's not that easy. He's a giant," John reminds him. "Black Adam is the biggest threat. We have to keep him off of us," Damian says, as Cassie nods, preparing herself for the fight. "Blue Beetle, Superboy, with me," she orders. "Jaime, can Black Adam crack your armor?" she asks, and the young hero doesn't think so he steps up to hit the charging villain with an attack. "But I want to apologize in advance if I get turned and try to kill you," he tells her. "Oh yeah, same," she agrees. And as the refugees run past them, Talia turns to Black Manta, and she tells the villain that he has one job: keep Atom Smasher back. Black Manta turns his beams upwards, shooting the giant in the chest. The rest of the heroes continue to fight the undead as the refugees rush towards the boats. Talia orders for her son to join them, but he refuses. "I'm protecting the people, covering their escape," he shouts at her as he continues to leap and flip amongst the monsters, attacking them where he can. "Damian, move!" Stephanie shouts as she leaps and tries to pull both Batman and Talia out of the way of Atom Smasher's massive fist, but they're not going to make it. Suddenly, that fist is stomped in place as Cassie and John slam into it. "Did you just save us from a giant?" Talia asks as they pick themselves back up. "Yeah, I'm a little futile, I know," Stephanie admits, but Talia tells her that it's the thought that counts, and she must reassess what she thought of this girl. "Thanks, wait, what did you think of me?" Stephanie asks. Cassie and John continue to lift Atom Smasher away from the island, but the giant brings his hands together, trying to crush the young Superboy and Wonder Girl. "Keep flying!" John shouts as the two continue to take him away. They push his hands apart, allowing the former hero to plummet into the ocean below and create a massive wave. That wave then rushes over the island, sweeping both the anti-living and the survivors away. Jimmy Olsen looks up, seeing that Black Adam is using that moment of chaos to end the fight. The anti-living villain calls upon his power, sending a bolt of lightning into the water on the island. Thousands of people, knee-deep in water, lightning striking. But at that moment, a boy catches that lightning. John flies into the path of the bolt, taking it hard to the chest. The bolt leaps off of him, catching Jimmy in the eye, taking out half his vision. Cassie rushes to her friend's side, asking him if he's okay. John gasps for air. It didn't tickle. But John shrugs it off, rushing to Jimmy's side. Look out, the young photographer whispers, and Black Adam comes in fast, his fist slamming into John, holding him under the water. Cassie and Damian leap onto the monsters, trying to stop his barrage of blows, and with a roar of power, the monster throws them off. John struggles up, using his last breath to call for his father. Dad! He screams out, and half a world away, Superman hears his son. He appears far faster than a speeding bullet, far more powerful than a locomotive, and he knocks Black Adam away in a single blow, his eyes blazing in fury. Moments later, John and Clark are using their super breath to scatter the anti-living. Superman using his telepathic link with Martian Manhunter to warn him of the attack on Nantucket and ask the other heroes for aid. And in a few mere moments, John contacts Dinah, Barry, Wallace, and Wonder Woman. We're needed, he tells them, and the League arrives in the battle. You said that we were doomed, Stephanie tells Damian as they continue to fight. I never said we were doomed, Damian tells her. Maybe not with your words, but with your body language. You were doing your bat slump, she tells him. I don't bat slump, he huffs, punching another monster in the face. And as the others arrive, the young heroes fill them in on the plan to get everyone to the boats. The Flashes move fast, bringing everyone quickly to safety. Superman flies Jimmy to the boats, telling Jean that he hit Black Adam hard. It should take him a while to get back up, but we need to get everyone to the ships and out of here, Superman warns. The heroes move quickly to get everyone aboard, and Stephanie sees Black Manta hanging by himself, questioning whether he still wants to face the apocalypse alone. She notices the wound in his side, too late. She turns. She tries to warn her friends. As the anti-living Black Manta turns, firing his eye beams at her, the blast takes her in the side, flying across the harbor, hitting the ship. Everything is on fire as John and Superman try to pull the survivors from the blaze. John stayed behind, opening his mind to find the rest of the survivors, but something else came. Black Adam steps out of that blaze, snarling at the Martian. They all felt it as the creature's claws cut through Jean, and he tumbled to the ocean. They all felt his fear, his pain. They felt it as he phased into the seabed. He moved through the earth, and his last thoughts were to protect his friends from what he would become. And then, Martian Manhunter was gone. Superman and Wonder Woman attack, beating Black Adam back, and the survivors finish boarding. And then they're lifted into the air on a green light. Still on the island, though, Damian cradles the body of Stephanie Brown. Cassie and his mother stand near him, warning him that they need to leave. I can take her for you, Cassie tells him softly. And they return to Gotham City Garden, where Damian stands over the body of his Robin. Cassie comes up behind him, putting a hand on his shoulder. She didn't know the young woman as well as he did. Do you want to tell me about her? She asks. Damian, he pauses for a brief moment. She drove me crazy. She always tried to find the fun in the most inappropriate situations. She refused to take me seriously. She mocked me. He shouts, but Cassie stares at him. Of course she did. That's what big sisters are supposed to do. She tells him. Talia comes over, leaning down over the body. She looks at her son, telling him that there is a Lazarus pit nearby. Can you bring her back? Cassie asks. Perhaps, but there's no guarantee she'll be the same, Talia tells her. She looks down at her son's friend and tells him that she would like to do this for him. I can come with you, Damian tells her, and Talia shakes her head. I can move more freely by myself, and Batman is needed here. The anti-life army will be here soon, she tells him. And she lifts Stephanie into her arms, walking away.
And there you have it. We have DCeased, A Hope at World's End coverage right back here on the Comicstorian channel. I'm sorry that it took so long to get to this, but if you're unaware, we stopped doing individual issues of your favorite comics. Instead, I'd rather bring you these long, beefy videos. More stuff for you to sit down and binge. I know when I watch YouTube, I look for videos that are 20 minutes long, and I just put those on and play my favorite video game. Or, you know, go watch HBO Max. But either way, guys, don't forget to click the link down below, support the channel by going to our sponsor, but you can also go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Comicstorian. There you get early access to our podcasts, unedited versions, and early access to a lot of our videos right here at the channel. You can also support me by going to Comicstorian Gaming, where we're doing our Dungeons & Dragons superhero game, and we're also doing goofy videos with the crew in your favorite video game. Both of which we'd really appreciate your support in. Either way, guys, YouTube membership people, Patreon people, you're what keeps this channel going. And of course, all of you guys clicking our link down below. I'll see you guys next time right here at Comicstorian. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and goodbye.